because, like I said, I found it really confusing, and there's no doubt in my mind that a lot of people are very confused about it. And I'm the kind of person that, when I see a wall of text, I'm like, I don't want to read this. And so what happened is when they were previewing this stuff, and I was aware of Alchemist quite a while ago because I'm in the Players Council, and they were previewing this stuff to us a long time ago. Like way, way, way before they were showing it on live. And, I'm the kind of person when they show me this wall of text, where's it at? This right here, and I get to like, okay, Crimsonite, Guildleaf, Ceruleite, Pyrite, Rudite, Orchidium. F this, I just want to go run a quest. Right there, like, that's pretty much where I stop and go, I don't, this is just going to give me a headache. I'm just going to play it and figure it out. So I want to explain how this all works, because all these words are confusing, and you're like, what the hell is Crimsonite, Guildleaf, Ceruleite, Pyrite, Virudite, and Orchidium? Well, I'll tell you what they are. They're fancy-ass names, fancy-ass words for colors. Okay? That's all they are, is colors. And you can see it's color-coded. Crimsonite. Crimson is a red. Guildleaf. Guild is gold or yellow. Ceruleite. Cerulean is a shade of blue. It's blue. Pyrite. It's like orange. Virudite, green. Orchidium, orchid is purple, right? That's all this is colors, guys. And when you're casting alchemist spells, all it is mixing colors. And it's your primary colors to make your basic secondary colors, okay? All your spells, every single alchemist spell is red, blue, or yellow, the three primary colors, okay? But what they refer to them as is Crimsonite, Guildleaf, and Ceruleite, which is going to, if you want to remember them as that, that's fine. Or you can just simply remember as red, yellow, and blue. Okay, and remember when you were in kindergarten or when you watched Sesame Street, you learned that what happens when you mix red and yellow? You get orange. What happens when you mix red and blue? You get purple. What happens when you mix blue and yellow? You get green, right? That's all it is. That's all alchemist spellcasting is in terms of the reactions that they create. Crimson is red, Guildleaf is yellow, Ceruleite is blue, Pyrite is orange, Virudite is green, Orchidium is purple. So Crimsonite and Guildleaf, or red and yellow, makes Pyrite orange. Red and yellow make orange. Guildleaf and Ceruleite make Virudite, or yellow and blue make green. And Crimsonite and Ceruleite make Orchidium, or red and blue make purple. That's all it is mixing your three primary colors to get your three basic secondary colors. That's it. Okay? And so those, let me clear out my reaction. So the way that you would clear out your reaction is you would cast like a spell that is of a color that is not compatible with your current reaction. What does that mean? So like orange is red and yellow, right? So I can keep casting red and yellow spells and that reaction will just keep going. Ad infinitum. But as soon as I cast a blue spell, blue is no part of orange, right? Orange is red and yellow. Blue is no part of that. So if I cast a blue spell like displacement, you can see my reaction just went bye-bye. And notice that this circle is blue. That's like your on-deck spell. That's telling you the color of the spell that you just cast. The most recent spell you cast is right here. And so that can help you remember, okay, what's the next spell I want to cast to get the reaction I want? And this one is now empty because there's no reaction. This big one is just your current reaction. Notice there's nothing at my feet and there's nothing in here because I don't have a reaction going right now. So the last spell that I cast was blue. Where can we go from blue? Well, if we add yellow, we can get green, right? Or if we add red, we can get purple. But we can't get to orange from blue, right? Because orange is yellow and red. We can eventually get to orange, but not with this blue spell on deck. We can't immediately get to orange. We'd have to swap it. we'd have to cast another spell. So, okay, I've got a blue spell on deck, if you will. And now, if I cast a yellow spell, I will get the green reaction, because blue and yellow make green. If I cast a red spell, I'll get the purple reaction, because blue and red make purple, right? So let's do that. I will cast a yellow spell. Boom. Green reaction. Okay, and when you first switch to the reaction, you get a 12-second reaction spike, which is the super buff. Okay? And I'm going to talk about those in a minute. Also, these things are coded or shaped so that they're distinct looking, so that people who are colorblind will not be impeded by the fact that they can't tell this is green or yellow or whatever. Notice that it's shapes too. So here the yellow is like the 4 arrows pointing outward. Okay? And remember, the blue was basically like a circle. So I'm going to cast a blue spell. Okay, the blue is like the circle. See? It's got like little things sticking out of the circle, but it's basically a circle. So the yellow is the 4 arrows pointing outward, and the blue is the circle. Yellow and blue make green, and look what the green symbol is. It's just the circle and the arrows. Remember, the circle was blue and the arrows were green. So it's just those 2 symbols together on top of each other. Circle and arrows. So that's for people, again, who are colorblind, so they can see by looking at the shapes what reaction they're in, since they might not be able to distinguish that that's green. And then the other colors are like that too. Red has its own shape. Red is a triangle. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, red's a triangle, basically. Okay, so we got the green reaction going. And what does the green reaction give? Well, it tells you right here. The thing I wish you could hover over this, or that there was a buff in my buff bar that I could hover over that told me what the reaction was. So what's the green reaction? And remember, their fancy-ass name for green is Verdite. But you don't have to remember that. Just remember green, if it's easier for you. Verdinite. I think I said Verdite. Verdinite. So, there's no way for me to keep it up, I don't think. Anyways, if you look halfway down, it says Pyrite I'm pointing at the screen like you can tell where I'm pointing. Yeah. Okay, so if you look halfway down in the box, and let me bring this over so it's not so messy looking. Or you know what I'll do is I'll just turn off my... Oh, wait a minute. There, that should be easier to read. Okay, so the Verdinite reaction, if you look about halfway down, it says each reaction does something unique for as long as you maintain it. Verdinite says reaction +2 positive and negative spell power per alchemist level. So I am 16 alchemist, so that means with the green reaction going, I have +36 positive and negative spell power. Pretty cool, for as long as the green's up. Pyrite reaction is +2 fire, cold, electric acid, and poison spell power per alchemist level. So at 16, I would have 32 extra spell power to all those elements. Pretty cool. The purple reaction gives you +2 PRR per alchemist level. So if I had the purple reaction go, I have +32 PRR. Pretty badass. That's a lot of PRR. But when you first switch to the reaction, you get what's called a reaction spike. Like if that you had a different reaction going, or the reaction wasn't there, and you first go to that reaction, you get what's called a reaction spike. And for 12 seconds, and this is the bottom part now, if you're in the pyrite or orange reaction, you get fire, cold, and electric, acid, and poison spell power equal to 10 + 6 times your alchemist level. And a 50% enhancement bonus to spell point cost reduction. So you're going to a boss, you know, refire up that pyrite reaction, and then you get not only big bonus to spell power, but your spells are half off. It's a half off sale on spells for 12 seconds. 10 plus 6 times your alchemist level, so that's 6 times my alchemist level. 6 times 16 is what? See, 72 plus 10 is 82. I don't know if that stacks on top of the normal reaction, but if it did, that would be 82 plus 32, so that would be 114, I think. Yeah. That's a lot of spell power. But then, you know, you would lose that reaction spike after 12 seconds. The reaction spike for Verdinite, or green, is positive and negative spell power equal to 10 plus 6 times your alchemist level, and transmutation and conjuration DCs equal to 1 plus 1 for every 5 alchemist levels. So if you're 20 alchemists, that would be a total of plus 5 to your DCs for transmutation and conjuration. That's pretty huge. 5 DCs during that reaction spike. The purple, or Orchidium, the purple reaction spike is PRR and elemental resistance equal to 10 plus triple your alchemist level. So if you're 20 alchemist, that would be triple 60, 10 plus 60, 70. You get 70 PRR for 12 seconds. And I'm pretty sure that's on top of the fact that you get plus 2 PRR per alchemist level with the reaction going. So if you're 20, that'd be 40. Should be 70 plus 40. You know, that's 110 extra PRR. This is why Alchemists right now, or Alchemist Splash, are getting the highest PRR in the game. So, you know, Alchemists are definitely part of the new tank meta, as the kids say. The kids like to use that word. If you don't know what meta means, it basically just means like paradigm or way of thinking. Like the current, or you could even say what's fashionable, in a manner of speaking. In any event, or the box, as in the metaphor thinking outside the box, the meta would be the box. Okay. So let's demonstrate some of those reactions and how to get to them and stuff, and actually show me getting into them and all that jazz. Uh-oh, where'd my... What in the hell? My thing disappeared. My thing disappeared. I hate when my thing disappears. That sucks. Well, let's see what happens when I start casting spells. Does it reappear? Yes, there it is. My thing's back. Okay. I need to change a spell because I want to pick up a red spell that I can cast when I'm in a public zone, because most of the red spells are your nuking spells and you can't cast them when you're in a public zone, but there is at least one set of red spells that is like a weapon buff, so I'm going to try to pick up one of those, because I need a red spell that I can cast public zone so I can demonstrate. I don't have it in memory, so I'm going to have to go to the portable hole and get a recipe and scribe that. So I can show you how to scribe spells. Droopy Jones. Okay, let's get... Okay, none of that crap. I'm just looking for any weapon buff, I don't care what it is. Okay, Ice Chill and View. Alright, what? I think that's a level 4. That's a weapon buff. It's now I gotta go down here and get some inscription materials. I think that's level 4. So I've got to get levels 4 inscription materials right there. And I click on that. Oops, I have the feet. Inscribe alchemy recipe, or basically it's scribe scroll. So I click on that, and then I click on the scribe scroll, and it says inscribing, and that wouldn't work if I didn't have this inscription materials. Okay, so now that I have a spell. I also want to show you that most of your spells are color coded right, on the icon, so you can visually tell what color they are. So you don't have to remember, oh, this spell is Ceruleite, and this spell is, or this spell is blue, or this spell is that, or so the background of the icon is typically, but not always, typically the color of the spell. So see how all these buffs in my buff bar are like, it's blue, I got a blue background, blue background, blue background, blue background, blue. All these are Ceruleite or blue spells. See, you can hover over it and it says Ceruleite or blue spells. Remember, Ceruleite is just the fancy-ass name for blue. So you don't have to remember fancy-ass color names. It's just blue. Okay? And see how this one has a red background? That's a Crimsonite spell, or red. Right? Unfortunately, they're not all color-coded very well. So, like your healing spells, which are large, which have a red background, they're actually Guild Leaf or yellow spells. So what they really probably ought to do is like either put like a yellow border on it or something. And then another example is like Glue Bomb. Oh no, that's right. The SLAs too are not color coded. Like this is a Crimsonite spell. This is an SLA though, and you can see there's like, it doesn't look red at all. Same with this one. This is the Vial of Frost SLA. It's Crimsonite, but it doesn't look red. So it's not perfect, and that's another note. Color coding, they need to color code this better. Especially for the SLAs and heal spells. Okay, so we're going to talk about, now we're going to show going into the different reactions. So I have the green reaction going now. Which means, and how do you get to green? Yellow and blue make green, right? Yellow and blue make green. Learned it on Sesame Street. And now you can apply it years later to DDO. So you can cast yellow and blue, because yellow and blue make green. You can cast yellow and blue spells all day long, and your green reaction will keep going. And you don't have to keep casting yellow then blue and yellow then blue. And you can just keep casting blue, or keep casting yellow, or mix and match. And it doesn't matter what combination. It will stay green as long as you stay within blue and yellow. Oh, there's a heal spell. That's yellow. What's blue? There's displacement. See, the on deck spell color is changing. As I do the heal now, it goes back to yellow, right? Then I do displacement. Now it goes back to blue. Let's do another healing, and now it goes back to yellow, right? And now let's do gold skin, and then it goes back to blue because that's a blue spell. But the reaction is, so we'll just keep doing yellow spells. There's a healing, and there's another healing, right? And there's another healing. I just keep casting yellow spells, but it stays green because yellow is part of green. But as soon as I cast a red spell, that will end because red is no part of green, right? Green is yellow and blue. So I'm going to cast this weapon buff. It's a red spell, and bam, gone. My reaction is broken. It is gone. And the red spell's on deck. And see, it's a triangle, right? Remember I said all the different colors had symbols? So that people who are colorblind can just look at the shapes and tell, what spell's on deck and what reaction has going. Because the reactions are just the combinations of those colors and the combinations of those symbols as well. But again, the symbols are just for our aids for the colorblind. So now I have a red spell on deck and I have no reaction going. That means I can go one of two places. I can cast a blue spell to get to the purple reaction because red and blue make purple, or I can cast a yellow spell to get to the orange reaction because red and yellow make orange. So let's go ahead and cast a yellow spell. My reaction changes to orange. I get a yellow spell on deck now. That was the last spell I cast. And you can see the reaction that I have going is now orange. And orange is the combination of the two symbols for red and yellow. Yellow was the 4 pointy arrows. You can see that's the smaller symbol inside. And red was the triangle. That's the larger symbol on the outside. So it's the arrows inscribed inside the triangle. So again, people who are colorblind can just look at those symbols and go, okay, that's the reaction I want, or whatever. Okay, so as long as I keep casting red and yellow spells, which is basically nuking and healing spells, then that's going to just keep going. It doesn't matter what combination I throw them in. And by the way, non-alchemist spells are not color-coded and have no effect on the reaction in any way. So for example, I can cast my Reconstruction SLA out of my tree all day long, and that has nothing to do with the reaction. Have a good night, Droopy Jones. Or if you have other spells because of multiclassing or something like that, you don't have to worry about casting those. So for example, like if you run in the Unyielding Sentinel tree and you have Renewal, which is like a healing SLA, or if you have some of the other healing SLAs like Cocoon, those aren't considered yellow spells. They will not disrupt like the purple reaction, whereas normally yellow will disrupt purple because yellow is no part of purple, because purple is red and blue, but those SLAs have no effect on it. Okay, so I can cast yellow and red all day long, and the orange will keep going. And remember, when we first switch to that reaction, we get a 12-second reaction spike, which gives you a super buff for 12 seconds. In order to get that super buff back, you can't just cast red and yellow, because you already got it going. You actually have to break the reaction. So how do you break the orange reaction? By casting a color spell that has nothing to do with orange. Of our primary colors, the one that has nothing to do with orange is blue. So all I got to do is cast a blue spell. Bam. But then if I cast a yellow... oops. There we go. So now I have the orange going, and I have that reaction spike, the pyrite or orange reaction spike going for 12 seconds, which is the big spell power boost and the big reduction in spell point costs. Okay? So, break the orange reaction, we just cast a blue spell, because blue has nothing to do with orange. Boom. Now I have a blue spell on deck, that's the latest spell I cast, and I have no reaction going. Alright, well we didn't get to the purple reaction yet. So how do we get to purple from blue? We add red, right? So I just cast a red spell. Boom. Now I have the purple reaction going. And purple is, remember the blue symbol was circle and the red symbol was triangle. It's circle, triangle. The combination of the two colors, the combination of the two symbols. This is your reaction. The big circle is the reaction you have going, which is the same as the symbol at your feet. And the little circle is the spell that you have on deck, or the previous spell that you cast, so that you know that how to what spell to cast next if you're going for a certain reaction. Now I have a red spell on deck, and this is what I find kind of weird. It doesn't let you go directly from one reaction to another. You have to break the reaction first before you can establish a new reaction. So for example, I have purple on deck, right? Our purple reaction going. I have a red spell that I cast last. If I throw a yellow spell, it doesn't do red then yellow make orange right away. Yellow just breaks the reaction because yellow has nothing to do with purple. So I'm gonna cast a yellow spell. See, it doesn't go right to orange. It just breaks the purple. But then I have a yellow spell on deck, and then I just got to cast a red spell to get back to orange. Boom. And if I want to break that, I would cast a blue. Bam, broken. Then if I want to get back to purple, I would cast a red. Back to purple. How do we break purple? We cast yellow. Healing. Boom, that's broken. What if I want to get over to green now? I cast a blue spell. There's a blue spell. Bam, I'm at the green reaction. How do I break the green reaction? Cast a red spell. Red has nothing to do with green. Broken. I want to get back to orange. How do I do that? Cast a yellow spell. Boom, back to orange. How do I break orange? Cast a blue spell. Blue has nothing to do with orange. Bam. How do I get to purple from blue? Cast a red spell. Bam. How do I break purple? Cast a yellow spell. Bam. What if I want to go to orange? Cast a red spell, because yellow and red make orange. Bam. You starting to get it now? And when you first switch to the reaction, you get the reaction spike, which gives you that 12-second super buff. So to sort of make things efficient or maximize the benefit of those reaction spikes, you would want to, switch to the reaction, and then after 10-12 seconds, break the reaction and reestablish the reaction. And if you get into a certain spell routine or a spell rotation, you can come up with a sort of a system or a spell rotation that would keep that routine going of breaking the reaction after so long and reestablishing it so you can get the reaction spike again. And that's Alchemist Reactions.